Get all the news you need.
104.7 Triple M.
Hello, Adelaide.
No one knows Adelaide like these guys. Triple M Breakfast with Roo, Dits and Loz.
Overnight news.
Well, a bit of news out about the Astra Zeneca COVID jab. It has been linked to some serious health conditions and restricted in Australia last year. We discontinued now worldwide. It's got a court case going against 51 victims at the moment. AstraZeneca have asked for it to be pulled off the shelves, which have been granted because of some dangerous side effects called thrombosis, which are basically blood clots.
Yeah.
Stroke. And so
I'd like to
be
get a
some
doctor
questions asked.
Yeah, I'd like to get a doctor on and ask him about it, because I feel like I just don't trust any of the media around vaccines anymore.
We got to know what they're writing, why they're
Who's the
which side are they
Well,
on?
you've only
on
got to
both
Google it
sides
this
of this
morning, and it's
yeah.
conflicting. The company's putting out one statement, and journalists are writing another.
Yeah, well, of course the
another
company
thing.
are going to say one thing, but also you don't want to feed the sort of idea that people just something goes wrong with one of the vaccines and suddenly all vaccines are bad.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating too. So you just want a professional one to kind of
Well, it's clear that there's
clarify it.
definitely side effects. How many there are, how bad they are compared to others, and how bad they are compared to not having it all, and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. It's a million-dollar question, but there's some issues with it.
side effects with medication. So many medications people have no idea about. I think that's a problem.
Just a quick one. I don't want to say too much about it, but not a nice story. But watching the news last night, a young Adelaide fella on terror charges. Now, this is on the back of the stabbing incident over in Western Australia over the
Blow
weekend.
up our power station in Adelaide.
Yeah, one of the power stations.
Yeah.
I mean, so we are now getting radicalised people in our midst more and more often. It just worries me. It really does.
Sure does.
Not a good story at all. Hey, this isn't good. Sorry, another negative, terrible, terrible story. But you know, Loz, so much has been said about domestic violence over the last few days, and obviously there have been rallies right around the country, and we're trying to do good things in this country. We know that I think 26 women have died in the last 12 months as a result of domestic violence.
Yes.
A radio station...
I think more than that.
No, in the last 16 weeks.
In the last 16
Been 2
weeks.
a week.
weeks.
Yeah.
A radio station in Brisbane, part of our network, ran an on-air discussion yesterday.
Like a girls' girls' focus station,
Yeah.
like an SAFM.
Yeah, tell stories. Ring in and share your story.
Share your stories.
The young producer is a female. She took 15 phone calls. Of the 15, 8 men rang and abused her over the phone and left her in
It's
tears.
just bullshit.
How bad
What'd
is
she
that?
say to deserve that?
Don't
Or
know.
not deserve
She
it?
just answered the phone.
She just answered the phone.
then what they
But
did-
what did the on-air people
So
say?
anyway, it turns out it goes on.
Telling their stories,
Yeah, it
probably.
was just basically, there was no opinion. I think it was just about, please ring and let's discuss this.
Yeah.
And men were ringing and saying, you women don't know what you want. And they started attacking this girl.
Yeah.
Anyway, when she was in tears, one of the on-air male hosts then took over answering the phones. Not one person abused him.
Yeah.
And so they came out of it sort of deducing that it's so easy to abuse a young girl, but when a bloke answers the phone, we won't.
There's respect
How
issues.
shocking is that?
And I think people just don't want to hear it. They think that because in their life something hasn't happened or it's been the other way around, that all women are lying, that it's not real, that we're whinging or whatever. It's why people don't come forward. They don't want to deal with that crap.
Yeah.
So then it goes on and on and on. It gets worse. It becomes a secret thing that no one talks about.
Yeah.
And then when you do talk about it, they go, shut up, don't talk about it. We don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
All right, to something a lot lighter. The Eurovision Song Competition's underway. And Australia, Electric Fields, we've been eliminated. We're out. I'm really sad. We're no longer part of
Did we
Europe.
make the finals, or did we get out in the home and away?
Knocked out in the first round.
What?
Yeah.
First
What?
round?
Why are we in Eurovision?
That's why I'm raising this.
What the
this
hell's
is the most
going on?
ridiculous thing.
It's not like we need to be in it. It's not like our
it's too
acts
big
are
not
so
to be.
massive.
Europe's not even just down the road.
But nobody cares about you. I mean,
Is
it's
Eurovision, is that just the name of it and anyone can play in it?
No, it used to be
it's
for
just
European
for a
countries.
European
It used to
country.
be.
Yeah, it was once for European countries.
But
Then
they've invited little Aussies and people
don't know.
like
Where-
that.
I don't
It's
think
kind
we
of like
watch
the
this
Commonwealth
stuff.
Games, but for Europe. Do you know what I mean? Like
if they
just
look
for
at the map, we're 26,000 k's away.
Yeah.
How many people watch this?
Actually, 162 million people tuned in to watch our mob get eliminated, so it's
Yeah.
not bad.
Bloody hell.
But there's
that's
still an
huge.
Aussie in there. It's funny, the country of Cyprus is actually an Aussie girl singing for them.
Oh, so okay.
What, she was
Cyprus.
born in-
Her name is
she was-
Celia. Probably,
lived
born
here, but
parents
born-
or
yeah.
Celia.
She's done a
Capsis
sneaky.
is
She
her
can go for both because she's got dual
and
citizenship.
she got
yeah.
through. She's through to the next round.
What's she like? Good?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, Dits.
But this is the thing. Everyone knows Eurovision. I couldn't tell you. Celine Dion and ABBA.
ABBA, won it.
Yeah.
It was Waterloo, I think they sang.
Great song.
Long time ago.
Yeah, that was, 150 years ago?
Actually, yeah, Guy, about
he
2 years ago, he represented us as well.
What's that girl's name? Is it... I don't even want to make a fool of it. Dami, what's her name?
Demi Moore.
Dami Im.
Oh,
Dami
Dami
Im.
Im.
Yeah, was she in it?
I just said
so.
Demi Moore.
Close.
You know what? Let's get out of here.
One's
It's
Korean.
Roo, Dits and Loz. Triple M.
Cannot imagine having something up my bum like that.
On Triple M Breakfast,
Who else can we offend this morning?
it's time to talk dirty to me accidentally.
I love this segment. So sometimes we say things that are not meant to be dirty at all, but just out of context, or even sometimes not even out of context. They sound quite filthy. And we take those grabs and we play them in accidentally dirty and we have a bit of fun with
I
it.
remember when Ditz spoke about a dud route. But it was, he was
about
talking
buses.
about... Yeah, it was a bus.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the way the buses were going in Darwin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going
And,
around the wrong route.
Look, if you're listening just for that few seconds, you
Yeah.
think, gee, Ditz, that's...
Well, that's how people listen. They don't listen to whole segments. Sometimes they just turn it on and they just hear that. And they
Yeah.
go, whoa, 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 Ditmar. All right, so how this is going to work is we've got 3 from just us, and then the rest are all footy calls.
Oh.
Because BT's been on fire.
Has he?
Oh,
Yeah.
your boyfriend.
Yeah, my boyfriend. So let's start with Roo.
The
So do
opener.
you pull it out on air or do you pull it out now? Or how do you do it?
I can pull it out on air.
What are you going to pull out, my...
So that was actually, we were pre-recording something. We don't pre-record a lot of things, but this was just a little fun game we were trying. And that was the chat that happened after the segment. So it wasn't even on air. But
I
it
think
was
I know
just,
what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a bit unfair of me to use that. But
it wasn't a dirty thing.
No.
a
We
piece
were
of
talking
paper.
about pulling something out of a hat.
Yeah,
Yeah. So there's no reveal for that. But
not a rabbit.
no. Roo, we've got one from you.
So
But are you
you're gonna
saying
get
if
the
you
merit
try and
points
flog them off? No, that's a stretch.
Let's see the whole thing.
so if you're speeding, your mug's square in the photo.
Yeah.
So
But are you
you're gonna
saying
get
if
the
you
merit
try
points
and flog them off,
Yeah. So it was about speeding fines and
flog
demerit
off your
points.
demerit points?
Right.
Yeah. Innocent as it can be. Who else we got here? Roo. Another one for
Patrick.
you.
Mums and dads, give us a blow. Come on, more mums than dads, please. Mums and dads, give us a blow. What?
I love that it's both.
Bloody hell.
Mums and dads, come on. It was a solicit for
1-333-53. Give us a call. Tell us your joke. Kids in cars, mums and dads. Give us a blow.
Yeah. Okay, we got it. All right, let's move on to the footy commentary section. Now, none of these have reveals just because it does what it says on the tin sort of thing. But BT, someone needs to explain some things to Brian Taylor, I think.
Gets up and goes. Look at this. There he is again, the horny one. Horn Francis.
Horn
The horny
Francis.
one?
Horny one.
Is that what Jason wants to be called around the club? The horny one?
Port people calling him the Hornet, aren't they?
Oh, that's okay.
The Hornet.
Yeah, the horny one.
Gets up and goes. Look at this. There he is again, the horny one.
Yeah.
Horn Francis.
Well,
Not
if you
sure.
like powerful midfielders, he's the horny one.
He is. All right, another BT here.
4-5 Collingwood players to 2 Port Adelaide, and they split in all directions and spread the back end like there's no tomorrow.
No. Come on, Port.
There's no reveal there because that's just what he said. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what he said. I don't think anyone even corrected him.
No.
Another BT one here.
And they all look rather stiff. And boy, they look stiff as boards.
Brian, what are you doing? He's trying to make the segment.
Always on Triple M.
That's right. All right, one last one. This is Billy Brown. This is just
Bill.
Bill, someone needs to explain the expression to him.
Dustin Martin, very happy to be back with the Richmond boys. No high-fiving and fisting each other.
Yeah, Bill.
Right.
Okay, it's fist bumping. Guys, if you're just under the very similar sounding, but
Like hitting
one's
fists together.
very
I'll put my
different to
fist
the
out
other.
to
Yeah,
join-
that's when you fist bump. Yeah.
Fist bump.
Fist bump.
Right.
Not fisting.
Dustin
No.
Martin, very happy to be back with the Richmond boys. No high-fiving and fisting each other.
Bill. Your brain in the background. Bill. So the sassy sexpert didn't make it.
Sassy Sexpert didn't make it, but I want to play that grab.
She's just not accidentally
That was
dirty.
nothing
There's
accidental.
nothing accidental.
No,
about
we
that.
need to play that grab again, though, because that is one of my favourites. Check it out on the podcast, actually, if you want to hear that.
Listening to you were listening to the Rush Hour yesterday. Greg Blewett had this to say.
So how often should we be showering?
What about you?
I'm-
This is your segment.
I'm
Every day?
at least twice, sometimes 3.
A day?
A day.
Oh, they had the synchronised one there. That's what,
Yeah.
when you want to jump down the throat, we do it.
Yeah.
A day?
A day? Yeah.
I'll have 2 if I go to the gym
Yeah,
or
definitely.
get
Yep.
dirty. And
Stratorama.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's that's insane to me. 3 a
sometimes you
day
like
is
coming home at the end of the day and having a shower if you've had a long day, even if you're not sweaty. You just
Yeah.
want to just chill.
Well, I definitely never miss a day, but sometimes I'd be 2 or 3 a day as well. Just for,
I just
like you said,
hate-
going to the gym or whatever.
I just hate getting wet when you don't need to.
Do you?
Like,
If it's hard for you,
I love
when
standing
you're
under the shower.
bald, and that'll be an accident.
yeah, just
Yeah.
when you're
Doesn't matter.
bald.
Well, when you're like me, you just get in the shower and 2 seconds
Yeah.
later you're dry.
That's
and you just
right.
whack a pair of
Yeah.
footy shorts or
You know
whatever
what?
on and you're done.
I think that it's bad for the skin barrier to have too many showers. It can really mess up your pH level in your skin, and you end up having to use heaps of moisturiser because people get dermatitis and psoriasis.
What?
But that's when people get itchy and they get dry if they have too many showers because the water is very. It's not good for your skin to do too many.
Isn't that funny? Because I thought it'd do the opposite.
Yeah.
I thought
Nah.
it'd make you wet and moist. But
No,
it
'cause
actually dries you out.
It dries you out because once
Can't
it
believe it.
evaporates.
Can't believe it.
This segment.
Anyway,
is
this
just
leads me into a story that we read yesterday.
Write that down, Amy.
There's a fella in Iran. He lived in a village, a small village, right? And his name's Amu Haji. They called him Uncle Haji. He died aged 94.
We had a
Wow.
good
Yeah.
innings.
Anyway, he didn't shower for 60 years.
Oh, come
No, this is serious.
on.
and
Well,
you
they
can
didn't
look
have
him
running
up.
water? Or?
No, they did. He had
Just
an
hated
aversion
it.
to it, yeah. And you can see photos of him online. It's disgusting.
He's not related to Greg Blewett, then.
No,
is he?
his
No.
body was covered in soot and pus. They're saying. He didn't
Hang
shower.
on.
And in the end, yeah.
Don't say that word.
Anyway, pus.
No.
Anyway, so the villagers kept at him and saying, "Come on, you've got to shower. No, you have to bathe." And they pestered him and pestered him. And in the end, he
What happened? Did he
he had a bath after 60 years, and he died.
Oh no!
That's right.
It won't
So if they'd have
kill
left
you.
him alone, he'd still be alive.
At least he died clean.
Well, he did. That's right.
Oh no!
He did not bathe for 60
It
years.
must have been his body was just so used to the germs that the lack of them was
Yeah.
some sort of it really messed
Could
with
you
him.
imagine?
Oh what? Oh, I can't actually.
What do you mean, pus?
Ooh,
That's what it
stop
says.
saying
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's my number one no.
All right, well, good story,
Oh.
Ditz.
On Triple M, who is telling the truth
You can't handle the truth.
and who is lying?
It's all lies.
It's time
True Lies.
for True Lies.
Oh,
True or false? Did I steal this segment from a TV show?
Right.
true.
Possibly, yes, but it's going to make great content. I believe it in my heart. We've got Jared here. Good morning, Jazz.
Good morning, team.
Now, how this is going to work is I'm going to pull a statement out of a hat. It's either going to be a true statement
Yeah.
about myself that I've supplied to Jared off air, or it's going to be something that he's invented and I will have never have seen it before in my life.
Right.
Whatever I read out, I have to defend it as though it's true, even if it's made up. If it's true, great. I can do that easily. If it's made up,
What do we ask you questions, do
you
we?
guys have to grill me until you
So we have
think...
to expose you.
Yep, until you think you've figured out whether it's true or not. And you poked enough holes in it, blah, blah, blah.
What, when we know, what do we do? Just be quiet?
But you can say what you think. I think it's a lie. I think it's true. And then we'll go to the audience, get them to tell us what they think, and I'll finally reveal it.
Okay.
And the winner will be the person in the audience who gets it right.
Okay. All right.
So, Jared, you've made up a few of these. Did you
Yeah.
have fun making them up?
We've had a lot of fun making these. So the way we did it was we've got 3 stories that you guys gave us, and then we've built stories off of those. So everything should be very familiar, and it should be hard to pick. And yeah, we've had a bit of fun with it. So
All right.
we'll see where you guys go.
Going into the hat, I'm pulling out a statement, and I'll read it out.
Right.
When I was 10 years old, I did something to make Graham Corns roll his eyes at me.
Were you at the football?
No.
Where were you?
I was at the netball. I was watching the Thunderbirds, and I was there with my friends, and I saw Graham Corns standing over, we were like near the canteen,
Right.
and I was a big fan of the Crows, knew who he was, and I wanted him to sign something for me.
How many friends were you with?
Sarah, Drogamullah?
Yeah.
And maybe her brother Ben might have been there.
All right.
True. What was he wearing?
He was wearing jeans and a shirt tucked in, I think.
And why was he there?
I don't know, Ditz. I don't know why he was there.
He's got 3 daughters. Maybe one of them was playing.
How old were you?
10 years old.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
When I was 10 years old.
So, and which venue was it?
I actually don't know the venue. It was where the netball used to be all the time.
Okay.
And a stadium, yeah. So would you like to know what I did to make him roll his eyes?
Sure.
So I went
Sorry,
over
I thought we asked the questions. Anyway, no, but you do both.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, no. So what I did was I wanted to get him to sign something, and I couldn't. There was nothing for him to sign.
Yeah.
So there was a table with like pictures of the Thunderbirds, like as their team, on A4 pieces of paper.
Yeah.
And on the back it was just blank.
Okay.
Right. So I went over to him, and he was signing things for kids. And I went over to him, and I said, "Can you please sign this?" And he said, "Yeah, no worries." And then he picked it up, and he realised it was a Thunderbirds thing, and it had nothing to do with the Crows or anything
so it
like
wasn't
that.
him.
It wasn't him. And I said, "Oh, you can just sign the back." And he rolled his eyes at me in this way where it was just like he just did not want to be there. And he signed it for me, and I was, a little bit like, oh, don't meet your hero sort of thing.
Okay.
And then I stuck it up on my wall, and I had it for many, many years.
Little did he know at that time that you'd be the number 1 rating radio host.
I know.
In
and I'd
the city.
expose him with his tucked-in shirt and his jeans.
Right.
I'm
all right.
sticking with true.
I'm going with true.
You think it's true?
I think it's true.
Okay.
Should we take some calls?
Yep. 1-333-533. Am I telling the truth, or did I just pull that out of me Irish?
Loz has just recounted in our new True Lies segment her meeting with Graham Corns as a 10-year-old at the netball, asked for his autograph.
He rolled his eyes at me.
His eyes. Is she telling the truth?
What did we
or
both
not?
went true, didn't we?
We both went true.
Yeah.
Are we right or not? Beck at Henley Beach, good morning. Any questions for Loz about her story?
Yeah, I reckon she was a bit funny about the age. You said, what does it say? Like you were reading it.
So what, you think she was lying, do you?
I think it's a lie. Yeah.
You think it's a lie? Okay, can we go to the reveal, please?
We can go to the real. I just want to say we had lots of calls. They all thought I was lying.
Everyone said.
So we
Loz
would
is
have liked
lying.
to have had a couple of truths on there. But...
Rue and I said true. All of our callers said
And
lie.
the 2 people on the text line said lie.
So the thing about this segment is it's all about bluffing a little bit because what you want is you want people to think the opposite, really. I was telling the truth.
The truth.
Ah, damn.
That's all right.
Sorry, Beck.
You know what? Because you were the first caller, Dale, we're going to give you the prize anyway.
you
'cause-
win.
Oh, wicked. Awesome.
Yeah,
Good on
yeah.
you, Beck.
But yeah, I played off
So
that
you're
I
10,
did.
just quickly retell, you're 10 years old. You're
10
at the
years
netball.
old at the netball, so excited to see Graham Corns, and I grabbed a Thunderbirds poster to get him
Yeah.
to sign it.
Yeah.
And he rolled his eyes at me because obviously it's insane.
Yeah,
if
where's the Graham Corns poster?
supposed to?
Yeah.
I don't carry them around on me, actually,
No.
Graham, but anyway.
Fair enough. All right.
I'll never forget it.
So you weren't fibbing.
So what?
Weren't fibbing.
Up to one of us next week?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll play it again next week.
So these
True
stories
Lies.
come out of a hat randomly.
Yep.
So we've given our producer Jared some of our stories, some
Yep.
things that have happened like you did in
Yep.
our lives.
Something that's never been told on radio before.
Yeah.
And he has then made up some of his own, and we just put our hand in the hat and we either pull out one of our real stories that
Yeah.
we'll tell, or we've got to quickly on the run.
Come up with a
Fabricate
fake
and go,
story
"Oh my
while
God."
we grill you.
Righto.
It's fun.
AutoCam, real-time video from Automasters. Triple M's Rumour Mill, Adelaide's most listened to segment. Hear it every day at 7:40 on Rue, Ditz and Loz.
All right, we've got an anonymous caller on the line with a rumour. Hello, good morning. What is your rumour?
Good morning, Loz, Rue and Ditz.
G'day.
Overheard a little footy rumour at the Crows game. Could a former SA under-18 captain be heading home to SA?
Well, can you be more specific? Got any names for us?
Could be Jack.
Oh.
All right.
So just his name then.
All right.
Jack Graham?
Jack Graham.
Oh,
Jack
All right.
Graham.
Now, he was he linked to Port Adelaide before? Remember
year.
pre-season? Yeah, there was a bit of talk, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
But you
Year
heard it at a
before
Crows.
last,
You heard it,
actually.
a couple of years ago. You heard it at a Crows game. You're suggesting that he's linked to the Crows, or?
Well, I'm hoping Rue might know a bit more, but being a local lad in the Crows community,
Never heard of him.
What I've
Never heard of him.
Would not know the first thing about him.
Yeah, you're not going to get anything out of Rupert. Do you know him at all? He's a local boy.
Local boy, yeah. Yeah, just hoping we might have a beer at Port Vincent.
Yeah, I've seen him at
okay.
Port Vincent. He goes there
married
every
to a
Christmas.
farm girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes for his holidays there. All right, good rumour.
That'd be cool.
Look, I think Richmond at the moment probably trying to do some wheeling dealing. We had the rumour yesterday about Daniel Rioli. They might be trying to do things with their list to
Liam Baker heading
improve
over
it.
to-
Liam Baker. So to get in some young talent for their next generation.
Yeah, he's a free
maybe.
agent, so he can go to...
Look, I'd say it's on the cards. Might happen. Good rumour.
It's Rude, it's on Laws. Go to the quote on the way. It's Triple M.
If you know who this is,
Then at least do something!
or where this is from,
You never know what you're going to get.
you know your quotes. Triple M is looking for the GOAT of the quotes.
All right, who have we got on the line?
we got Declan from Morphettvale. G'day, Declan.
Hey, how you going, boys?
You up and about today?
Yeah, always, mate.
You know your movies?
I do know my movies
Oh,
pretty
good,
well, I like to
good.
think.
All right. that's
Okay.
Check your buzzer.
Declan.
Nice. Let's head to Seafood Meadows, as Bluey calls it. Alison, are you there?
Hi, I'm from Seafood Meadows.
Yeah.
Good on you,
Put another
Alison.
shrimp on the barbie.
Now, Alison, do you know your movies?
I sure do. I'm going to
Good.
give Dylan a fair crack, eh?
Righto.
Love it. All right, check your buzzer.
Alison.
Oh, he's been on the whoopee weed this morning or something.
Whatever you've done, Alison, I'm loving it. Keep it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to play some grabs. Some of them, the name of the actual person might be a bit.
Nah, just go the movie.
Just go the movie. But if you can name the person, that'd be great. All right, you ready to go?
Now, it's a special iconic mother's figure.
Iconic mothers,
Yeah.
because it's Mother's Day this
Righto.
week. So let's go.
What else could we be forgetting?
Kevin!
Declan.
Alison.
Yes, Declan.
Home Alone.
Yeah.
1-0, Declan.
All righty. Next one.
Iconic.
Where have you been? You could have died. You could have been seen. Of course, I don't blame you, Harry, dear.
Harry.
Declan.
Yes, Declan.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Can we
right
name? Do you know the name of the mum we're talking about?
Yeah, no, I can't help you there.
That's
No,
all right.
that's
You got the movie.
Molly Weasley. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, that's right. Molly Weasley.
me.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Come on, Alison, pull your finger out.
I'm trying. I must be very quiet.
No, just a bit quicker you need to be. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. I got some scotch.
Single malt.
Aged 18 years.
Alison.
Yes, Alison.
Allie.
The way I like it.
007.
I know why you would have said that. But
Yeah.
Anyway, keep going.
Declan,
Come on, this is iconic.
do you want it again? One more time?
Yeah, come on. So we like this.
All right. I got some scotch.
Single malt.
Aged 18 years. The way I like it.
I know.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Hot mum.
Stifler's
Stifler's
mum.
mum.
Oh, American Pie.
The mum from movies. Come on.
Sexy, that one.
Yeah, this one's a little bit tricky as well. Get ready. Here we go.
You're the same as everybody else. You are no different.
Alison.
Yes.
Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Good on you, Alison.
Right, Declan 2, Alison 1.
All right, here we go.
How could you? How could I what? You were making out during Schindler's List?
Alison.
Yes.
American Pie.
No. Last one. This is a very famous TV show that was on in the 90s, a sitcom.
Ditz hasn't watched it.
No.
He doesn't like it.
How could you? How could I what? You were making out during Schindler's List?
Is that Malcolm in the Middle?
Seinfeld.
Jerry.
Seinfeld.
That's all right.
All right, Declan 2,
Now,
Alison 1.
yeah, okay.
Here we
Is
go.
this a decider?
No, we've got two more.
Well, it just depends how it goes.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Declan.
Alison.
Declan.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
he's
Declan
son.
3, Alison 1.
Well done,
Big win for
Declan.
Declan.
Well done,
Well
Declan.
played. Well played, Alison.
Sorry, Al.
Oh.
Oh, she's
Bit
so
more,
sad.
Bit
I
more
am
whoopee.
sad. I'll have to get some more whoopee weed.
Yeah.
Meadows.
May as well. May as well.
Oh, sorry, Al.
Yeah.
Well done, Declan. Bit
Good
of
on you,
fun.
Dec.
Well done, Declan.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, she's a good spirit.
So Declan, what did he get? Beer and Barbecue Fest.
Yep.
Yeah, he's off to the Beer and Barbecue Fest.
July 12 to 14 at the Adelaide Showgrounds. Tickets on sale now. beerbarbecuefest.com.au.
Didn't get to hear Marge.
Oh.
Your favourite. Can we hear Marge?
Oh, my special little guy.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're okay.
There you go. I love Marge.
Marge.
They have just dropped and announced yesterday that the Big Freeze returns to the MCG in 2024 for the 10th year. Neil Danaher has been fighting MND. He's raised $97 million, if you can believe that. It's been unbelievable how...
Hasn't he just been an incredible champion for this whole thing?
Champion, survivor, just...
Such hardship and the suffering he's gone through. And
Yep.
he just fronts up smiling
communicates through blinking
Yeah,
at
I
the
know.
moment. He's at that point where he can't communicate, but still getting around and influencing Australians everywhere. And a great idea that they're going to do this year is not just have it at the MCG, they're going to take it around Australia. So they're doing it over in Perth, they're doing it up in Brisbane, and it's coming to Adelaide on Thursday, the 6th of June. So South Australians can get involved as well. They're going to have some sort of slide or dunking machine or bucket challenge or whatever to get involved, where celebrities will get frozen basically in
So
the
this is the
winter.
Crows Richmond game, is that right?
Crows Tigers on a Thursday night footy. So once again, standalone game. So everyone around Australia will be watching.
Yep.
So
Oh,
yeah,
God.
we might have a little bit of influence about who can get take part. So start
I'm
getting
putting
your
forward
thinking
Loz.
caps on.
I'll put forward Loz's name. Come on, Loz.
She
We'd
doesn't
love
like
to see
getting
you.
wet.
I'll just donate a bunch of money. That's fine.
No.
What about surely the rush hour? I mean, if we're going to throw anyone in a bucket of ice, it's got to be someone from the rush hour.
Yeah, maybe
Little
jars.
whipping boys.
Maybe jars. And now you can buy your beanies now. They're beautiful looking beanies. 10-year beanies this year.
They're great beanies, actually. Really
Yep.
warm.
Yeah, $25 each. You can go to fightmnd.org.au or you can go to Coles Express or Bunnings to get your updated beanie. But something to look forward to here in Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval in about a month's time, Thursday, 6th of June.
Loz, tell us what happened to your friend recently.
Well, I think that parents out there have a lot of these stories where their kids have just humiliated them or said the wrong thing to someone or embarrassed, revealed a secret or, I've certainly put my mum through the ringer. But my friend she said she was at Pasadena Foodland.
The best foodland
The best,
in the world.
just one of the great supermarkets. I mean, there's a classical pianist playing, it's just
Restaurant.
like restaurant. And she went there with her little boy. He's 3.5, and
It's
he's
a day out in there.
Yeah, it is.
Lots of people are there.
He's a high energy child. That's how I would describe him.
Right.
A lot
That's
going
polite,
on.
yeah.
And she's got another little girl as well in the pram. So she's got it's a lot. Taking them out of the house together is full on, and he's running around Pasadena Food. Anyway, she's already stressed. He's being a little bit hyperactive and a bit annoying, and she's doing her best. And they're standing in one of the aisles. It's sort of like an open aisle, like there's a lot of people around. And she's reaching up to grab something off of one of the higher shelves. And the little boy comes up and he just pulls her pants down.
Nice.
And she's wearing a G-banger, like just the full...
in the middle of the supermarket.
All the way down.
Did she have the tracky decks on?
Yeah, it was like sort of yoga pants.
Oh, no.
All the way down
Nice.
and right
Beautiful.
around her ankle. So when she then goes to pick him up and grab him, she slightly trips and her bum's wobbly. Like she's
yeah.
like, I could feel my bum jiggling like
Yeah.
as I was running. And then people were, oh my God, oh. And then she had to choose between whether she went and grabbed him or pulled her pants up. So
Yeah.
she let him
Yeah.
run. She
Yeah.
just said,
Yeah.
you're on your
He's
own,
off.
mate. I'm not taking care of you anymore. And she said it's been like 2 weeks and she still can't really look him in the eye.
Oh.
Like she's so angry at him. Like she's forgiven him, but she's...
He must have seen someone do that.
Yeah, I think... Well, I know the dad.
Daddy's taught.
Yeah, I think that I might
Daddy
have...
been doing it to mummy.
I might have... I might have been there when we were actually discussing the
okay.
dacking.
Yeah.
We called it the Great Dacking Pandemic in our primary school, where kids were just dacking each other, and it
Yeah.
became like a huge issue.
Yeah.
And I think maybe he overheard that,
Yeah.
so I might be to blame for this. But yeah, kids can just they can get you. I remember saying to my mum's friend that I was little, and I said, "Your teeth look like baked beans,"
Oh.
and mum just went, "Oh!" like that, and just offended her so badly. And they're so honest, the children. What can you do?
Baked beans.
They were like little brown. They weren't very nice. Anyway, nothing against her personally, but I just called it as I saw it.
No.
I reckon I've got a top three, just quick ones here. Joe went to town in the Tarago one day with Sarah's lipstick, just drew all over the inside of the car. It looked like a piece of art.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That was good when Sarah took that back to Peter Kittles. And then only a month later, Rocco decided to cut his seatbelt in half with the scissors. Because he didn't like wearing the seatbelt. So
then back to Peter Kittle.
Back to Peter Kittle.
Yep.
Rocco's cut the seatbelt.
Oh.
And then I think the 3 votes goes to Tom for taking a photo of Sarah's boobs in the shower and putting them on the big screen in front of my dad
That
and
was
mum.
magnificent.
And then Sarah could not, whatever button she pushed, would not get her boobs off the big screen. So, Tommy,
Oh,
well done.
Tommy.
Yeah,
3,
that
2,
was
1.
fantastic.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Talking about when your kids have embarrassed you,
Oh, yeah.
Roo, I think your Tom one with Sarah taking the photo is just magnificent.
My old
It'll
man
be,
loved it.
Oh, but
Full nude on the screen in
My
front of the
oldest
whole.
boy, years ago, footy park, and it used to be kids 3 and under were free to get in. And Tommy's about 5 at this stage, and I walk up and go, "Yeah, he's 3," and we go to walk 3. He goes, "No, I'm 5."
Oh.
I went, no, he's 3.
He used to be 5.
You know how kids
You're
are so
gonna be
proud.
5.
He doesn't want to be 3 because I'm going, "No, Tom, you're only 3.
not 3.
No, I'm 5. I said, "You're not. You're 3.
When you're
Shut
a
up."
robber or a crook, you got to plan well, mate.
I know.
He didn't have
But
a
I had
chat to
schooled him up as we were walking up, but he was so proud. He did.
How much was a kid's ticket?
I don't know, but I didn't want to pay it.
Can you imagine? I saw Chris Dittmar from the TV. Yeah, he was trying to get his
tight
kid
ass.
in for free.
It was so funny as he yelled out, "No, I'm 5." And I'm gagging. I was about my hand over his mouth. No, he's not.
Oh, God. Let's head to Davern Park. Erin, when have you embarrassed your family or your kids embarrassed you?
Well, it wasn't my kids. I embarrassed my mum at the checkout. It was Bilo back in the day.
Bilo.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
I decided to tell the checkout chick that I came out of my mum's vagina.
Hey, fantastic.
It's factual.
So I'm not sure who was more embarrassed. But yeah, my mum told me about it. And she felt a lot like it.
What did the checkout chick say?
I don't know. I think she was just really mortified. I was about 2.5, so I don't know. But
So little.
Oh, that is cool.
that's
That is
great.
funny.
Too good.
Yeah, she was right, though. Let's go to Salisbury Heights. G'day, Christy.
Good morning. How are you all?
Good. You got a funny story for us?
Yeah, I have. This is going back about 20-odd years ago, but we were visiting the War Memorial in Canberra.
Wow.
And my daughter then, of all of 3 or 4, super serious at the last post at the end of the day, and everyone was quiet, and she's like, "What's that noise for, Mum?" Really loud, and everyone sort of had a good chuckle, but I thought it was funny.
Right. Yeah, it's one of those moments you don't want them to. Yeah.
Good
very
stuff.
good.
All right. Well, I think Erin needs to go to Devar House, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Erin, congratulations. You got a $100 voucher to go to Devar House. It's the home of wellness. You can get massage, facials, red light therapy, ice baths, Pilates, everything there. Perfect for Mother's Day, everyone. If you haven't got anything sorted, Devar House.
And by the way, kids, if you're listening, babies come, they stalks.
Yeah.
Deliver them.
Yeah.
All right.
They dropped off at the front
leave
doorstep.
a basket at the
Listen
front.
to Erin.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roo, Dits and Laws on Triple M. Roo, big stories, big articles everywhere about AstraZeneca.
Yeah, and it's hard to know what to believe and what's factual and what's been pumped up or for whatever sort of reason. But AstraZeneca has withdrawn its COVID-19 vaccine worldwide. It hasn't been used in Australia, I don't think, for a couple of years. I think they moved over to Pfizer. But worldwide, they've got a court case going on with only 51 victims. And then that one, 51's 51, but it's not a huge amount worldwide. But people out there who had AstraZeneca, should they be worried now? Is it too late for that? Is it been withdrawn because it's been proven to be dangerous? Let's get a doctor on. Our resident Triple M doctor, Dr. Lane Hinchcliffe. Doc, tell us about AstraZeneca and what are the facts here?
Yeah, g'day guys. Look, so what we know, AstraZeneca, as you say, have withdrawn their vaccine. So the premise for this is more to do with the fact that in light of the fact that the vaccines have been changing and updating since the first vaccines came out with COVID, there really isn't a need for the AstraZeneca vaccine anymore.
Because they've
and
improved
it. Hasn't
it.
been used for the... what's that?
They've improved it, have they? They've got better ones.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
even the original Pfizer vaccine has been changed and updated to sort of take in the new Omicron variants and that. So we haven't, as you say, we haven't used AstraZeneca in Australia for a number of years now. And then, of course, the other side to this was that there was a rare but very significant side effect that was noted in a small population, which had devastating effects.
They're saying 2 to 3 people in 100,000. Is that a bad stat when we look at these things?
Well, look, I mean, I guess when you look at that, it's not great if you're the 2 and 3, is it? I mean, and that's the thing with risk. I mean, we can throw a figure around, but even something like 1 in a million, one person will still get that in a million, you know. So I think, you know, in terms of statistics, it's a low risk. Anything sort of like probably below 1 in 1,000 is considered a relatively low risk, but it's not without its devastating effects, and we certainly know that.
How many people had that in South Australia? Do we know the number? I know it was used a lot in Australia. Do those people need to be concerned, or would that be out of the system by now, well and truly?
Oh yeah, so really the risk of the clots was quite soon after the vaccine.
Okay.
So it's not something that people need to be worried about now. But certainly, it was delivered, I mean, across the world in the millions. So the risk was relatively small. And I guess we have to remember that hopefully, certainly it probably did prevent deaths as well if it worked well, but we'll never really know how many of those it did. So
they are taking credit for saving 6.5 million lives.
Oh. Yeah. Now, Dr. Lane, as a doctor, you would have had thousands of people that you spoke to about these vaccines when it was all happening. How do you feel that the media and the government conveyed the messaging around these vaccines? Did you have a lot of confused people, a lot of suspicious people who felt like they were being lied to?
Yeah, it was an interesting time. It was really quite unprecedented. I think, in the setting of a pandemic, we don't really have time and I guess even space to sort of on our side. We were kind of racing the clock a little bit and learning very, very quickly. I think that there was a lot of mixed messaging, and that did create a lot of confusion for people for sure. And I think, we certainly, where I sit, I think people are entitled and should be encouraged to ask questions. I think that's really, really important. But it was tricky because even today, I mean, a lot of people still are being fed information that I don't think is particularly factual. And I guess it's always important to look at the source of where that's coming from.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting stuff. Dr. Lane Hinchcliffe, our resident doctor here at Triple M.
Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, guys.
Triple M Breakfast with Roo Dits and Loz.
What a goal!
Overnight sports.
Charlie Dixon should be okay to play, Port Adelaide are saying, so that's good news because we know that Jordan Sweet hasn't trained all week, Roo, so they'll need some tools out there, won't they?
They'll be right. I reckon both will play.
All right. We know it's Tom Hawkins' record equaling game, 355 for the Cats. His former teammate, Port Adelaide's Asava Radigali, are saying they want to spoil the party.
It's going to be a really good milestone for him, so... but we don't shy away from the fact that we want to ruin his day as well.
There he is on Channel 7.
Big game for Port Adelaide, this one. They need to find a way to match him, and they might be able to, as we said yesterday, that when they got beaten in the showdown last year, they went and had a big win in Sydney the week after, so hopefully they could do it again for Port fans.
Crows are getting ready to take on Brisbane on Sunday at home. Now, this will mean 3 wins in a row if they can get up. Let's hear from Josh Richelli.
Under Nick's year, we haven't had too many, 3-4 wins in a row. So hopefully to get that third win this week will be huge for our confidence.
It's going to be hard for the loser of that to make the 8. It's a big game, 12th versus 13th, and a lot of people at the start of the year had both those sides in their final 8. So big game Sunday afternoon at Adelaide Oval.
Hey, Roo, a team out of Northern Territory. We know the Tassie team's been announced. Now there's a push, and people like Nathan Buckley, Andrew McLeod are getting behind it. Andrew Demetrio's involved.
Yeah, this is interesting. I thought it's logical, isn't it? It finishes off our nation.
Yep.
It's truly the AFL, and so many great footballers have come from up there. You would need an enclosed stadium up there for the heat reasons, but Oh, gee, they love footy up there like nowhere else. So, interesting. I don't want to dilute the quality of the competition too much. That's the only problem I have with the 20th side.
All right. Hey, mid-season draft, the head of football at the AFL, Laura Kane, has spoken out about this. What are your thoughts on it? Would you like to see one?
Well, it's hard because there's a lot. It's easier to move if you're in Melbourne with the amount of teams in there. I'm not sure it's going to happen for a couple of years, so we'll leave that one.
All right, bit of injury news around the grounds. Essendon Xavier Dersma, former Port player, out for at least 4 weeks after injuring a quad at training.
Yeah, but tonight we've got a blockbuster too. Triple M rocking football. Demons taking on Carlton tonight at the MCG.
Carlton, the team that you said yesterday won't make the finals.
Yeah, that's right.
Carlton.
That's exactly right.
You sticking by that?
Yeah, I am, because the Demons will knock them off tonight. Here's Jake Lever talking about it.
Yeah, they are big fellas. When you stand next to them, you realise how big they are. But I think that us as a whole team, we look forward to those sort of challenges.
Talking about Charlie Curnow, Harry Mackay there, who he'll have to mind.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that's our look at sport.